We got 6 o'clock, so looks like we'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. You can start with the roll call, please.
Sim Katra,
Here.
David Markovitz,
Here.
John Midlick,
Here.
Viraj Sharma,
Here.
Valerie Wales.
Here.
Okay. Next part of our meeting is public participation. That's if there's anybody here tonight that wants to talk to the board about any issues, any problems, any whatever they feel like talking about that doesn't relate to one of our existing cases tonight. That looks like a no, so we'll go on to our first case. First case is 24-02-13. It's at 9184 Darrow Road, and it's Dr. Holt Signage. If you could tell us your name and then explain the sign to us.
Good evening, Mark Brandovic with Advanced Installation. We're proposing today a double-sided illuminated cabinet coming in at 26.9 square feet. It's aluminum push-through letters, vinyl on the logo with address on the bottom. For the mounting, there's two 4x4 square aluminum posts welded to aluminum plates and bolted to a concrete base.
All right. The logo, is that what the doctor's picked up for his logo? I mean, I
Yes,
guess
sir.
it is, but it's related to what? Is there?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I would assume his branding, or is it, I don't know if male or female, I don't know the doctor personally.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's just supposed to represent like an H or something else. That's,
Right.
I was just curious about that.
Looks like a business card almost. I'm not saying it's bad at all.
And it's a brand new sign altogether,
Well, I like
Yes, sir.
This is going.
the height of the letters.
right next to
Up
the
there.
box.
Yeah, where the building's been under construction for almost 2 years now, I guess. Or something. It seems like a long time. But,
Fine with it. One question I have, on the front over here, what are the dimensions on these letters, the numeral letters?
I have,
184.
4.5
have
inches.
4.5 tall.
height,
Oh, 4.5, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.5, I see it, sorry. Usually what, 4? That's 4.
yeah, 4 at
Bigger is better.
an average, 4.5.
Is there an address?
Okay.
Bigger the better, so.
It's in the bottom.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, okay. Any other questions, comments?
I like it. I think.
Yep,
it'll
me too.
pass. I'll make the motion to approve it. Submitted.
Yep.
Okay.
You need a second?
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Oh, you got a
Can I ask one question?
comment? Yeah.
My question is, so I know that there's going to be other buildings built there. I mean, I know this might not be a question for you. I know there's proposed to have Phase 2 and Phase 3. You can see the other buildings in the last page, the drawings there. The question I would have is, are they going to have 3 separate signs like this then? Because is each building going to have its own sign? Shouldn't there be one monument sign that has all 3 buildings then on it? So is this going to be then adjusted to have, right? Like, does this sign?
That's a fair question. I'm
Large
not
enough
sure if they've shown that. I know Planning Commission reviewed the phases, but I don't know if they actually discussed like a general sign location for all tenants.
Because I don't think you're going to want 3 monument signs right there back to back. You're going to want, I would think, one monument sign that has all 3 buildings necessarily, because it's such a small frontage along 91 that the signs would end up blocking each other out, I'm thinking.
But also, we're at phase 1 right now, and there's no, do we have any ideas even of dates for the other phases or what they will be?
No, I know when they came in with that building, at that time, they had, that was the only tenant they had, and they talked about the other 2, but I don't think they'll ever build them until they get a tenant that may want to take
Right,
one.
so does this monument sign allow for enough size to add more places to it, is all I'm saying.
Hard to shrink the whole down. I mean, make what's up there into thirds. I don't know what would be allowed signage.
And it'd be so small. that's
Size
what I'm saying.
between
It's just
all of them.
Right.
something that came to my brain.
Well, this
No,
would be-
I
this
mean,
would be the
it's a
first sign
valid
here, yeah.
statement. I think one of the things I noticed too, you have the middle school sign right there. This is kind of in close proximity to that when you're headed southbound.
They did put it on the other side of the building, though. So you got the Wilcox sign at one end of the building, and you
Right.
got this on the other. I'm just thinking that, again, if they do phase two, well, you can see there's that like little entranceway there right off of 91 there. If they put another monument sign over there again, I think they're gonna be so close. They'll block each other almost as you're coming down the road. Just my thoughts. I mean,
Yeah.
this is.
But this
you
would be
guys
the
sort of-
first sign there, so I meant that we can adjust it with the other signs when they pop up.
Maybe the new tenants can pay for a new
88 inches
monument.
across. Anything in this tight space you put afterward, it's just gonna look like what you suggest, it's gonna sign after sign after sign.
Yeah.
Only suggestion I would have is like shrink this sign down a little bit, but then who knows what's
Well,
gonna go
no,
down there.
I think we should leave this as it is. And
I
when
would leave
somebody
this as
else
is.
comes,
And
Yeah.
then they can decide with us what to do with a sign. If we
I'm
need
saying.
one,
Yeah,
one sign for all of them.
Moving forward in the future, it will be easier to change the top part of that cabinet to allow for what you're talking about, more of a multi-tenant panel, allowing the skirt and the footer to stay the same, so it's really no disruption in the signage to.
That was my question. And there's enough room, like,
You would just have to adjust the top part of the cabinet.
Right. There's enough
To
room to
allow
put-
for,
okay.
yeah.
Maybe the board can identify this as phase one.
Right.
That way you know that it's phase one, and when something comes in, you would have a reference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe
And,
approve
Can we
it,
amend,
approve it
Make it
with,
work.
approve it with,
you want to amend the motion to approve this as phase one for that address? Or just leave it as is?
Yeah, I would just leave it as is.
Yeah. I
Right
mean,
now, we don't
can-
even know if anything else is actually going there.
yeah.
Yeah, and we'll deal with it as it comes, because, yeah, I don't think we'd want to allow 3 monument signs sitting out there when the time comes, and I'm assuming at some point, there's going to be signage on the building, too, that will come through, or do you not know that?
I don't have that information, no.
All right. Anything else? I guess we got a first and a second on that, right? Okay, so call for a vote.
Mr. Midlick?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
Mr. Cottrell?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes. All right,
Thank you very much.
good to go. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, the next case up is case 24-02-14. It's at 9149 Ravenna Road, and it's a patio exterior and bar renovation for, we know not the tenant at this point in time, for who's going to be going in there. If everybody saw the memo, I don't know if they did, but the memo from the building commissioner talking about the materials on the front is a concern. So we'll let you go ahead and
Okay.
give us your name and
Sure.
talk about what you're doing, and then we'll,
Yeah, I'm Matt Ross from Matt Ross Architects. So there's 2 phases to this project. I'm here only for the first phase initially. All we want to get approved for is there's a 10-foot by 4-foot folding window that will go from the interior to the exterior. And that's all we want to do at this point. The second phase would be demolishing the existing outdoor patio and then replacing it. And we are going to be replacing it, even though I spoke to Lynn, the city planner. We're going, what I'm sure, she gave us a call a couple days ago and said, hey, if you replace it, I know this is phase 2, but I want to give all the context. If you're going to go larger, that's going to open up a can of worms with the ordinance that approved this canopy to begin with. So we're going to revise that to stay within the existing footprint of that canopy. That's just kind of a side note. So the history of it was, I said, hey, we want to put this 10-foot by 4 foot pass-through window. They said, well, show us some context. So I said, okay, I will design a concept for the new part, just to show what it will be. So we certainly can discuss the design, the materials of that, if you'd like, but we are going to come back with a new design for that. Okay. So if you look at the floor plan, you can see where the bar is. That area where that red brick kind of is, that's the pass-through window.
This small.
Yeah. And then,
Enlarge that.
yes, and then sheet A2.2 shows the elevation of it. Cut us kind of a quick section through.
Point two.
You can see the bar stools and the actual window. Yeah.
So it's just those that four panel
Yep.
windows, all you're really asking about tonight?
Yeah, and we're going to match, we're going to do it aluminum clad, wood on the inside. It's going to fold out, and it's over next to the door because there is a beam on the interior that runs right towards the middle of the building. And I would be concerned to have the structure that we would need to carry that entire load of all that masonry up above is a concern, so that's why it's off to the side.
Okay.
And it really is as simple as that for now. And then we will come back again with a design for the canopy when we demo it.
Okay.
And we're not going to demo anything other than the opening for the window.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so we'll hold off and we'll deal with,
Anything beyond.
anything with the
Yeah.
patio and exterior
Yeah, that whole
design and
patio,
demolition
just
till
to give
have
you,
more or
yeah.
I guess updated drawings and other stuff to,
That,
Building was Taste of Europe at one time, and then it was an Italian place. Taste of Europe was there for a long time. I don't know if you guys were around then.
I remember the Italian place, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came from, I think it was in Bainbridge at one time.
yeah, I think
there, yeah.
the last I remember, and there was Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, right, there was Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was only open, I think, for a Tuesday.
It might have
It
been.
may have been, yeah.
Sure.
So
That patio
for
was a
phase
big
one,
deal.
is this the window you guys are talking about changing?
Yes. Yeah, well, that will be demoed. That's exactly where it's going to go. So that's actually covered up right now in the interior.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the location.
Like,
What's gonna be going in there?
Hi, my name's Scott Reed. I'm here with my wife and business
Hi.
partner, Jess. We've owned the building for a little under a year now. What we're hoping to do is we have a concept for kind of eclectic, cozy pub. That I think, yeah, that I think complements kind of the existing aesthetic of the building. Right now, this patio that we're talking about, that deck is superior. It's very deteriorated right now. And so what we'd like to do is replace it, and we want to take it down to the ground to make it patio level, which allows it to be, one, more accessible. It's an accessibility
Oh.
nightmare if you've been there right before. But then, because it will be level to the inside, we can do this bar window that gives us visibility now.
For better customer service.
Yeah, and I think it'll just improve the overall look of that whole patio space, which currently it's very separate from the rest of the building, but it kind of takes up about half the seating area that the inside does. So that's what
Our
we're,
goal is just to build something for the community. We moved here from Cleveland about 7 to 8 years ago.
we're Twinsburg residents.
But, yeah, we're Twinsburg residents, and we just wanted to create something that built a sense of community, that had good food, great customer service, keeping the integrity of the building, the concept. We're not trying to change the purpose of it at all. It's a great location that will bring Solon, Aurora, Chagrin Falls, Hudson. It's such a high traffic area, and it's such a great opportunity. And every time I drove by it, I used to own a car dealership in Kent, and I drive by that all the time. And I'm like, this is such an amazing building, and no one's doing anything with it. So after I sold my company, our kids actually came and like, Taco Tuesdays for sale. And I was like, that's our next legacy. Let's do something, let's do something for this community in this town. So we are excited to work with the city. Everyone we've spoken to has been beyond helpful. And we are rule followers. We love that. That is nothing but the best work. And we're excited to work with the city on this. As we said, like there's different phases and we want to babysit things. Our plan later down the road is to also make sure that, I know there's concern about that turnaround. We talked with Lynn about that. So we want to take things step by step. Things are expensive, right? And we want to make it right and tight within the guidelines and for the community. So we want to work with everyone to make sure everyone's happy. Patrons, the city, and us as the business owners as well.
We're starting with this window so that we can complete construction on the interior as we firm up our plans for the rest of the permanent patio structure that's outside.
What, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That patio was always filled when it was Taste of Europe.
It's an amazing spot there with the tree.
Our plan is to make it all season. Patio can be weather, like not.
Yeah, so the eventual plan for it is to be able to do it in a way that it can be winterized. So we can use it all year round. We can work with awning companies to do those temporary walls that fit the structure.
It looks like the bar is extended beyond those 4 windows. Why just 4 windows then?
Like Matt has mentioned, there's in the middle there is a support.
Oh, okay.
I'd take it all the way across if we could, probably, but
Well,
I think.
yeah, and also
One-
we need to make sure staffing and,
Yeah.
you know, we want that for visibility, customer service element, so no one's sitting on the patio waiting for their server. But we also have to be cognizant of that we can't be overstaffed and have one bartender or 2 bartenders taking care of a huge space. And
Yeah.
just kind of open up, it's more for customer service and visibility aspect of it and kind of the airiness and breeziness.
Yeah, and we need to save some wall space on the inside,
Yeah.
just have usable wall space. So we
Got
wanted to be wide, we came up with 10 feet because we wanted to be long enough that it's usable with the lower window, so we have enough seating there. But at the same time, we need to preserve some space on the inside and kind of work around the structural elements of that wall.
The only other question I have is, I'm just curious what your timeline is to try to get this thing open. Like, do you have a goal for like 2024?
Yeah, we're hoping this year.
Open 2024?
That's why we're trying to start with this window first, because if we are gonna have construction delays, because we don't have a construction company contracted yet for that patio, because we're still going through the design process of that. That kind of will dictate a lot of things, but we're hoping that if we can get this window put in, that we can finish up the outside, and if we're gonna have major delays on the inside, at least we can open up the interior of it and kind of get this moving. Get-
Any delays on the outside, the
Yeah.
inside is, so we had a different construction architect. They took up about 8 months of our time, and nothing came to fruition, and I think they kind of muddied the waters a little bit with Smitty plans, without even telling us that they were Smitty plans. And then, so we just cut ties with them, took our time to find Matt and like, let's baby step this and go step by step. So our original goal was to be open in.
Last fall.
Yeah, last fall. We're shooting for June, but we also know that these things take time. You know, having meetings, making sure that we're abiding by the rules and regulations. So we are definitely open for 2024. I mean, every day that we are there, it's costing us money.
Right.
We want to get the doors open and start making them.
If we can open without a finished patio, if we find out that makes sense, we'll do that. But this window is a key piece to doing that, because
We can't
we can't
finish
finish the inside of the bar without
that's done.
finishing the construction of that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
all
Do you
right.
have any other businesses in the area?
No, my wife and I are ex-business owners, not in this industry. She used to own a Toyota dealership, I owned an IT company. But as far as Twinsburg goes, it'd be a new business spot for us.
Yeah, good luck with it.
Hopefully a fun one, huh?
Yeah.
And profitable.
Yeah, bet,
That's important.
Yes.
yep.
To jump from IT to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Busy.
Well, it's been a shared dream of ours for a
Yeah.
while. It was more of a later retirement dream, but we both sold our companies in the past few years. And we wanted to do something. We had our eye on some different locations when that came up for sale. We lived almost a mile down the
4
road.
minutes from our house.
So we were like, this will be perfect for us. And we want to add something to the community, so.
And I've always loved that space. I've always driven by it and thought that had so much potential. I kept seeing it turn over
Yeah.
and over.
Yeah.
And so it just needs a little bit of love and
As long as it's not a Mexican restaurant, we're good.
exactly. I thought it's gonna be-
We might have a talk tonight, but
We got enough of those.
Another one.
Right.
I don't think there's anything bad with it.
Okay, well, any questions? Anybody
No.
have anything else?
I'll make a motion that we approve the window part of this design, phase one.
Okay,
Good. I'll second it.
all right, do a vote then.
Ms. Wales?
Yes?
Mr. Midlick?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes. All right, you're
Yeah,
good to go on the
Seeing you
window.
again?
You looking forward to for it? Yeah.
Thank you.
Once you get your contractor and a permit pulled, huh?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, night.
Night.
Okay. Next would be the approval of minutes from February 1st. Any,
I didn't read them because I couldn't get the download to open, so I don't know.
yeah, I don't think any of us have reviewed them
Okay.
because we didn't get a printed copy, so some couldn't get it printed.
Okay.
And so I don't- do we hold over then till
Yeah,
we
that's
get a
fine.
chance? Okay.
No.
So then I'll make a motion to table the approval of the minutes till next meeting
Yeah. Good.
from February 1st.
I'll second it.
Okay. We have no absent members, so we're good there. Now, did we want to talk at all about this, or just at least mention the Twinsburg
I would like to look through it,
Yeah.
pass
Yeah.
through next week.
Well, I don't think we're going to really discuss it, because you were saying that it would come up to us next meeting
Well, so.
to look at the couple of items
Yeah,
we need. to
I
look at.
can put this on the agenda for you guys.
Okay.
For the next meeting to discuss.
Okay.
You guys only need to focus on two things, and that is signs, which is chapter 1117, and then the historic preservation, which is 1118.
Okay.
And basically just read it, if you have any feedback. And then we'll document it and get it to who it needs to go to.
Okay.
Or
So
if
that's
you
all.
guys want, I think they can email Lynn directly, right?
Yeah, I think that's all it's for, is for your edification to kind of understand, provide some feedback for them before they adopt the code or put it into the final draft.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, because I know it's going to be going up.
In March.
For,
We got rescheduled, right?
well, it's got to be on the ballot for November, isn't it November? They want to.
Yeah, I think there's some final hearings they have to have. The 23rd, I thought, was a date of this month that
I mean,
there
I'm
was a
sitting
final
on
public
the-
hearing.
Yeah,
But
I
they-
sit on the code committee or whatever they call it. And
It was on my calendar too, but it
I
looks
just
like they
can't remember all
they
the, we
canceled
missed the
it.
last meeting.
Yeah.
I did last one remotely. Yeah, I don't see it on my calendar. She removed it. So,
Yeah, they had set it for one time and then they changed it to the next month, I think,
yeah, they promised us sandwiches and drinks.
or till, actually, no, we just had it a week ago. It was supposed to be like the end of November, like right after Thanksgiving, which was kind of a weird time, and I think most of the people were out of town and couldn't make it, so they changed that meeting. But they're supposed to be, I think we're gonna have 2 more sessions together before it's finalized, and then has to be sent in to the state to be put on the ballot, or the county. I don't know if it's county and state. I don't know how that part of it works.
Right, the Board of Elections.
And there were gonna be some more public participation nights, but I think we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do some different, we're gonna try to outreach to everybody through social media more, because
Right.
we only, the public participations, I think we only had like a dozen or maybe 15 people from the community show up. And it was pretty much the same people each time. For some reason, there just
That's how it works.
doesn't seem to be a big push for people to really care about, or I guess most people don't care too much about zoning. It's kind of a boring issue,
Still
but
affects
their
it.
backyard.
it makes a big,
There is a survey that they posted on our website. If you guys want to go take a look at it, there's some data on it.
yeah, you can go to just the Twinsburg
Twinsburg's website.
website, and then there's links
Thought I
to
looked
it.
at that, but I might be
And
wrong.
the whole process of what we've gone through so far is kind of timelined out there, and where we're going to be going from then, and what we're hoping to achieve. And there's things in there that highlight it, and that's what we're kind of hoping everybody's going to hit, because we're looking at doing some kind of interesting things where we try to get somebody from the community to make like a 1 or 2 minute.
Okay, was that
little-
where you're talking about sizes of houses and?
Yeah.
Okay, I looked at the survey and did
Yeah.
that, but, okay, so,
Yeah, that's one part of it, is
okay,
that.
so go
like,
to the site.
because we have a lot of houses in the area that are not compliant to what our code says, that are built.
Are they
too small.
grandfathered or since?
They're all, they're all grandfathered in, and so even if
But
the
they-
code changes,
Yeah, have they,
size.
when they were built, were they according to code?
I don't know. I don't know if, that's something a lot of people don't know, is what really was in effect when they were built. But the odds are they probably were. Some of them were probably built too small when, under the 1,500 and something square feet that
Right.
allowed. But, okay, well, if you're interested, take a look at the website. and,
I'll try to look at it.
So if that's it, we will call for adjournment.
I'll second that.
I guess I made the motion.
Yeah,
You said it.
that's the way to do it.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Petra?
Yes.
Mr. Midlik?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.